Okay, homework problem 2. Now I'm going to separate the following vector into components, same thing, along the h and v directions, horizontal and vertical directions, and round my answers to one decimal place. So in this case, I've got an angled vector of 30 miles per hour coming off at a 55-degree angle from the vertical. So I'm going to go ahead and do my horizontal and vertical components around this angle. You always have the option, you could instead figure out what this angle is and use that if you wanted to, but I'm just going to use what's given to me here. So I'm going to have a vertical component that's going to come up this way, V, and then I'm going to have a horizontal component that's going to come over here and meet up with this H. Okay, and then when I think about, just thinking about it before I start, I know my up direction is going to be positive, but this is going to the left of my origin, so that's going to be a negative component for my H there. So let's start with our cosine relationship. Cosine of 55 degrees, again, that's going to be that adjacent over hypotenuse. And let's look at what's adjacent here. For the 55 degrees, the vertical is adjacent. So it's going to be my vertical, and my hypotenuse here is 30 miles per hour. And again, using that same method that I used before, I'm going to multiply both sides by that denominator so I can get the V by itself, that vertical component by itself. My 30 miles per hour will cancel out, and I wind up with V equals 30 miles per hour times the cosine of 55 degrees. You can put your parentheses where you like in this case. So I have 30 times the cosine of 55, and that's going to give me 17.2 miles per hour for my V. And I'm going to check, is it positive or negative? Remember, it's going up here, so that is going to be positive. And then for my vertical, for my horizontal, I'm going to use the sine of 55 degrees, and that's opposite over hypotenuse. And looking at my 55-degree angle here, that horizontal is the opposite. And then my hypotenuse is always that 30 miles per hour. And again, same method, multiply both sides by that denominator, 30 miles per hour. And I'm writing out all these steps. You certainly don't have to write all of these out, but as you're starting off, it can be a good idea just to keep track of everything that's going on. So I wind up with my horizontal component is equal to 30 miles per hour times the sine of 55. I'll put that in my calculator, 30 times sine 55. And I get 24.57. Again, I'm going to round that to one decimal place, so I'm going to call that 24.6 miles per hour. And I need to think, is it going in a positive or negative direction? I've decided that going from this origin up and to the right are positive, to the left and down are negative, so that is going to be a negative 24.6 miles per hour.